Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. It is time for some NXT, and we've got a title match here in our main event, but let's go over the rest of the card. We have the inaugural edition of the Oba Open. NXT champion Oba Femi says, anyone in the locker room, come at me, and if you do well enough, maybe even beat me, I'll give you a title match. We'll see how that develops. Then we've got Omos taking on Shawn Spears. Both of these guys lost the North American Championship opportunity a few weeks back. JC Jane takes on Blair Davenport. And we've got Tag Team Action, a debut, as Chase U takes on the debut of Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights, the No Quarter Catch Crew. Of course, in our main event, Sol Ruca defends her newly won NXT Women's North American Championship against none other than Fallon Henley. Let's get into this. What a show we've got for you here tonight. Nothing but confidence is emitted from this man, the NXT champion. Big win. Won that title over Tony D'Angelo at NXT Battleground. Went through a grueling and hellacious NXT title tournament. Just defeated Stax Lorenzo last week on NXT. And my goodness, the confidence of Oba Femi. He says he will be doing a weekly Oba Open challenge to, I guess, find his next competitor. NXT Heatwave doesn't happen for another couple months. But Oba Femi is a fighting champion. He wants to be a fighting champion. So let's see who the first, acceptor of the Oba Open will be. And okay, the man who Oba Femi has been in somewhat of a rivalry with over the last few months, really since Universe Mode started, Tyler Bate has a couple big wins over Oba Femi. Femi, of course, even qualified for the NXT title tournament in a street fight win over Tyler Bate, but Bate says, hey, I'm not done with Oba Femi yet. Wants to put up another big performance, possibly a win. Another upset win over Oba Femi. We know it can be done. Tyler Bates done it before to earn, this time it could be, to earn himself an NXT title shot. But Oba Femi certainly will have some reservations about that. Will not want to give Tyler Bate an edge because he knows what Tyler Bate can do. And he can do things like that. Huge Hurricane Rana. Femi has that scouted with the knees early on, though. Oba Femi, a different kind of monster, really, here in Universe Mode. After those first couple weeks, those losses to Tyler Bate really opened his eyes, showed him the killer that he needs to be, and Oba Femi has been exactly that as of recent, taking some big elbows to Tyler Bate's chest. Imagine, if Bate manages to pull this off, I'm not sure we'll be seeing another Oba Open, as Tyler Bate likely set to be the #1 contender with a win. Or, it's hard to say. It's subjective what a good performance could be in the eyes of the champion. What will allow him to grant them a title match? Oba Femi's going up top. That should show you, a big man like this going up top, that should show you the blood in this rivalry between these guys. Double axe handle. As Femi is just going to go for the quick cover one. No, Tyler Bate not going down quite yet. At one count, Femi just gonna look to wear down Tyler Bate. Gotta think there's some sort of mutual sign of respect between these guys. At this point, the amount that they have competed against each other in such a short span of time, jackknife, I guess, power slam. My God, now an uppercut to Tyler Bate, who is going to, thought he was gonna roll out there. That would have been smart. But Bate is going to remain in the ring. Keep bringing the fight to the NXT champion. Deep NXT roster here. We're gonna see, of course, some new names soon. I can tell you within the next couple weeks we will be seeing probably some new additions to the NXT roster. We're seeing some later on tonight with Tavian Heights and Miles Bourne. But Tyler Bate looking to make the headlines for this episode of NXT all about him. He's bringing the fight to the champion. Tyler Bate now gonna just scout Femi. Ooh, and he bring him to the outside. Big clothesline, Tyler Bate with really the upper hand here. He's going to go up top. Should think twice about it. I don't think he saw Oba Femi back in the ring. Crashes and burns. Bate, though, able to recover somehow. Gets back in the ring there. And now he is keeping this a fair fight. Oba Femi, you would think, would really just run through Tyler Bate, but Bate is not going to let that happen. Femi, big jawbreaker. What a performance thus far from Tyler Bate. Big springboard elbow. My goodness. Tyler, he's gonna go up top. Big headbutt. Headbutt right to the chest of Oba Femi, right to the heart. 1, 2. No, the NXT champion almost just went down that easily. But Femi's right back up. Femi is right back up. Tyler Bate was busy posturing, but the champion is not going to let that happen. Bate, though, arguably has been the MVP of the match. I mean, Femi's gotten some licks in, but Tyler Bate is just firing on all cylinders right now. And he's just going to work on that arm of Oba Femi. And now, he's going to lift him up. Just sends him free falling. My goodness. The champion possibly in peril here. And Tyler Bate showing off that strength. That's got to be a near 300-pound man. The Tyler Bate is just spinning and spinning and spinning. And he's going the other way. Tyler Bate, pound for pound, one of the strongest competitors on the NXT roster. And oh my god, he's gonna fall right into the cover off the airplane spin. 1, 2. No, Oba Femi remains in the match, but for how long? Tyler Bate just has the champion's number, but Femi just popped right up. Huge. Bate could have been going for that spiral tap, but Oba Femi is just another monster. Brings Bate right back up just to send him crashing down. And now Bate, oh, that might have broken his nose right there. That nasty elbow drop. Tyler Bate, not long for this world, fall from grace. 1, 2. Oh my god! Tyler Bate has been one of the MVPs of this series thus far. Tyler Bate, absolutely incredible, but a running power slam might put an end to this. Bate, I mean, he might not have a championship around his waist, and depending on the result of this match, he might not have a championship match. But you gotta think, if you're Shawn Michaels, if you're general manager Shawn Michaels, you gotta at least be considering this guy for the NXT North American Championship picture. Because he has been electric, even though I believe he's exclusively wrestled Oba Femi. But, I mean, taking the fight, getting wins over a competitor of Femi's caliber, it's impressive. It is beyond impressive. Bate! Tyler Driver 97! Tyler Driver 97, he's gonna pin the champion. 1, 2. Oba Femi, the Dream Crusher, the champion no matter what Tyler Bate throws at him. Bloodied nose and all from Tyler Bate. Femi just refuses to go down. He refuses to fall. Big uppercut from Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate doesn't want to just look strong in defeat. He wants a win. He wants to take the champion down. But Femi just has him where he wants him now. But Bate just not gonna stop fighting. It might be for his own good to just lay down and die at this rate. But Tyler Bate is the level of competitor that just refuses to do that. He has no quit in him. Shoulder breaker. Shoulder breaker to Oba Femi. Bate is gonna go up top. This could spell disaster for the champion. And there it is. Spiral tap. Spiral tap to Oba Femi. This can put him away. It has to put him away. 1, 2. Tyler Bate has pinned the NXT champion again. What a performance. And god damn it, Oba Femi is immortal. If nobody else, Tyler Bate has proven that there is a little quit in the NXT champion, that there is weakness, and I mean, you've got to think Tyler Bate has to be first in line for an NXT championship opportunity. What a performance from this young man, Tyler Bate, one of the MVPs of NXT. What an opening contest as we move on to the rest of our show. Perhaps the upset of the series thus far. Tyler Bate stuns the world and most importantly stuns the NXT champion with a big victory over Oba Femi. Next up on our show, if we can move past that even, Omos takes on Shawn Spears. Both of these guys were in the Triple Threat North American title match at Battleground. Fell a little short to Charlie Dempsey, the first North American champion. Both looking to regain some momentum. And Shawn Spears does it. Shawn Spears getting the upset victory on Omos. That's gotta be a surprise to many backstage. Omos looking to possibly be very dominant in this series, but he just hasn't been able to get going yet. JC Jane took out Blair Davenport, NXT Women's Champion, a couple weeks ago in the parking lot. Some are speculating this could have something to do with Wendy Chu. That has been an ongoing story, but Blair Davenport, regardless of Wendy Chu, who came up short against Davenport at Battleground, she wants a measure of revenge on JC Jane. Let's see if the NXT Women's Champion can do it. And no, she doesn't. JC Jane, with a little help from Wendy Chu, interestingly enough, takes down Blair Davenport. NXT Women's Champion in non-title matches has really taken nothing but L's thus far in the series. Very curious to see where that goes from here. But we've got a tag team debut on our hands as Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights, the NQCC, have arrived in NXT and they look to make a statement against Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, both of those guys trying to rebound from an NXT tag team title loss at Battleground. Let's see who will come out on top. And it will be the newcomers, Bourne and Heights. NQCC get a big first victory, possibly boosting their standings in the NXT tag team title picture with a win over Chase U. But it is time, speaking of titles, for our main event in our NXT Women's North American Championship match. Fallon Henley, Sol Ruca. Fallon Henley earned this match by taking down Cora Jade last week. Huge win for her #1 contendership. Two women who thought they weren't possibly being used well enough here on NXT. Fallon Henley proves that she belongs in this spot and now looking to prove that she belongs in the NXT North American Championship picture by being the champion. Looking to make this woman's reign a short one. Sol Ruca won this championship just a couple weeks ago, not even a couple weeks ago, back at Battleground, and I believe this would make Sol Ruca a 10-day champion. She loses this here on her first defense of the title. Of course, looking to make sure that doesn't happen. Ruca went through hell the other week at Battleground, took down 5 women in one night to win that championship, and now she looks to defend it against Fallon Henley. Of course, she did that while maybe not being 100%. This time, Sol Ruca's had time to rest, to relax. She is 100%, and you gotta think she's 100% committed to defending this championship here tonight. Sol Ruca doesn't want to be like the Street Profits. Doesn't want to be a little over a week champion. Fallon Henley looking to become the second Women's North American Champion behind Ruca. But that is going to be a challenge here in NXT's main event. And you gotta think both of these women want to get ahead while they can. I can tell you, a little glimpse into the future, the NXT women's division is about to be stacked. There is some new additions coming soon, and gotta think that both competitors like Ruca and Henley gotta feel a little threatened by that, as Henley takes the early advantage in this match. Fallon gonna go to town on Sol Ruca, aiming for the back there. She's possibly looking to target those limbs. But, I mean, this women's division is only going to grow, and these two have to really assert dominance to say, we were here first, we belong at the top here, as they're going to lock up. Fallon Henley is just going to push Sol Ruca. You got to think, the way that Henley has been dominating this match, is Sol Ruca 100%? I know I said that she was before, but, I mean, she's certainly been presenting as 100%. In the recent weeks, but I mean she's not possibly recovered fully from that match. She took down, I mean, top staples of the division. She took down Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, JC Jane, Thea Hale in one match, and then she went on to beat Gigi Dolan. I mean, Sol Ruca has been through hell thus far in this series. Fallon Henley, of course, only had to beat Cora Jade. Whoa, my goodness. Fallon Henley possibly avoiding disaster there. Ruca misses the moonsault. Again, you gotta question, is Sol Ruca healthy? You know, she's not the type to run away from a fight, but maybe it would be best for her if she did. As nice. Big double axe handle there from Fallon Henley, who is just dominating this match. One. No. Ruca able to get the kick out. As Henley now is just going to keep on this onslaught. See, Fallon Henley not relenting in the slightest here. We've seen one upset. We've seen one champion lose tonight in Oba Femi. Fallon Henley's looking to make it 2, but with a title change to end our show. Can't believe what we've seen thus far here in NXT. We've got some time before our next NXT PLE, as these two are just going to head to the outside. Gotta be careful not to get a count-out victory here if you're Fallon Henley, or count-out loss. Want to end this fair and square in the ring, given that, I mean, you have to win the championship, as Ruca just going to drop kick to the knee. Retaining that championship by any means, Ruca doesn't really have as much to worry about, but it looks like she's going to get back in the ring, as does Fallon. She's going to do a front flip and kick the referee. Gotta wonder what that'll mean later on in the match. Doesn't want to lose favor with our official. As, Jesus, Henley is just going to work that back of Sol Ruca, who is going to send her off the top rope. Ruca possibly hitting a second wind here. Gonna go for the cover after sending Henley tumbling. The ref just didn't count. Boy, maybe she shouldn't have kicked him. That, maybe I was just making a joke, but my goodness, our official may be a little biased here against the current champion after that. He's just gonna lock Henley in a head scissors there. Sol Ruca fighting champion, again, maybe not 100%, but she wasn't gonna say no to defending her championship. She wants to be a staple of the division, and this is how you do it. Misses the splash there as Henley, big knee to the abdomen. Fallon now is gonna scout the champ. Big chop and a punch. And a huge face breaker. And a dropkick. Big combo of offense here. Henley's rallying, but Ruca keeps up. Sol Ruca, German suplex. She bridges into the cover. One. No. Fallon Henley kicks out, and she keeps up on her own. Springboard. Nothing. Missed it. Possibly tripped up on the rope there. Neckbreaker from Henley, who capitalizes. That's what's so smart about Fallon Henley. She will do anything to capitalize. Gonna exploit any and all weaknesses, as that running knee just got converted into a power bomb. Ruca now scouting Henley, and that could be Soul Snatcher. Soul Snatcher to Fallon Henley. Ruca's slow to get up. She needs to get into that cover, and she certainly does. Into the count. 1, 2. No. Almost had a retention there, but Sol Ruca is going to have to do a little more than that. Big moonsault. That'll help. Standing moonsault to the challenger. Sol Ruca, that Soul Snatcher, can really come out of anywhere, but she's going to have to maybe pull another one of those out of her bag in order to win. But she's hyping the crowd up now. And that's going to be a big splash. Sol Ruca using that aerial offense to her advantage. Fallon Henley not exactly as athletically gifted, to take nothing away from her, but Sol Ruca is just a freak athlete, and she is going to measure the challenger. Big clothesline, diving clothesline there. Fallon Henley in the danger zone now, as Sol Ruca seems to have gotten her second wind, or whatever you may call it. She's having a comeback, as now she is going to go right after Henley on the outside. Like I said before, Ruca doesn't exactly need to worry about ending this match clean, but you got to imagine after the stigma around countout wins in this series thus far, she wants to do so for her own pride, as Henley's going to counter. Maybe get a little win back herself. She has Ruca where she wants her, right into the corner there. What could Fallon Henley be planning? Big power slam. Sets her up. Fallon going in the middle rope. And now she's measuring the champion. Back and forth. This has been blockbuster! Blockbuster from Fallon Henley. And now, Sol Ruca's in danger just like that. Huge kick. Shining Wizard from Fallon Henley. This could put the champion away. This could be all she wrote for the NXT Women's North American Champion. Fallon Henley, or Sol Ruca, can have a reign of all of 10 days. 1, 2, and she does! Fallon Henley gets the job done, and we have a new NXT Women's North American Champion. Just like that. Henley stuns Sol Ruca, stuns the NXT Women's locker room. And wait, cut from the replays. Cut from the replays. This has been happening an awful lot lately. Cut from the replays. Without even a second to spare after winning the NXT Women's North American Championship, Zarya is here in NXT. And Fallon Henley says, bring it. Fallon Henley says, bring it. But that's gonna be an F5. Zarya is here, and she is making it known that she's coming for that championship. Thank you for watching NXT. Please join us next time for SmackDown.